so we will switch over to live, and we'll go like, all right. So first of all, the disclaimer: Forbidden Lands is a kind of dark fantasy world. Just so everybody's aware, there are no real good guys. Um,
What do
there
you mean?
are
We're the good guys.
well, that goes to show you then.
Oh, if I'm the good guys, there are no good guys.
We're the heroes.
But there are plenty of bad guys. You guys have, for various crimes against a empire, have been sentenced to serve out your time on this island, this penal colony. You had the option of toiling away for the remainder of your sentence in this little village, and if you should die before your sentence was up, you would have been reanimated and kept on toiling. Or you could make your own way. The agreement with the Empire is when your sentence is up, whatever you may have accumulated while you're on the island is yours to start your life anew. As far as you have heard, no one has ever left the island. The understanding is that there is a curse upon you, and if you go more than 50 miles from the island, your soul will be ripped from your body and tossed into the void. If you get to the point where you want to test that theory, we will deal with that then. As you started to make your way out of the village and into the island interior, you encountered a couple of orcs, one of whom did not make it. They were attacked by lizard people, but you did save one of the orcs, a warrior by the name of Kogan, who has offered to accompany you and largely is serving to carry extra stuff for you at this point. He does feel a slight degree of gratitude towards you for saving his life, and will be accompanying you at least for the little while.
We find something better to do with his skin.
From Kogan, you did hear that the northern area that you were headed is probably where the Saurians were from, and you thought it might be best to maybe give any sort of Saurian encampment a wide berth, at least until you're a little bit more confident in your capabilities. Journeying kind of to the hugging the coast to the west, you explored an area, a deep forest, practically jungle-like. Found a couple things of interest as the heavy rain started to hit. The first thing you found was a small grove of what were identified as blackwood trees. These kind of blackish green trees whose sap is poisonous. It's frequently used to make wooden weapons, arrows, spears, that sort of thing. The other thing you found while you were looking for shelter from the storm was a cave. Unfortunately, not an empty cave. There was some sort of weird owl-bear hybrid monstrosity that you awoke and were forced to do battle with. Wasn't super tough. Nobody got gravely injured or anything in the process. But it was enough of a fight to make you realize that there are very real dangers here in the island interior. That being said, you did harvest some food and some of the owlbear's pelts. Set up camp inside the cave once you kind of checked it out to make sure it was there was no babies anywhere or anything. Got a little campfire going. Some of you slept while I think Okatai got the rest of the camp up and running, which will bring us to morning, and I believe everybody is rested except for Okatai, who is making camp, and I think somebody stayed up to stay guard. I think Desislava stayed guard.
I think it's Risen that stayed up because he signed, not Risen, sorry, Colby, because he signed a knight.
Oh, right, yes. So, as the sun rises, everybody wakes up. Kaldi and Okatai, you guys definitely need some sleep. And before that, we will get everybody to roll for their food and their water.
Hey, there's water falling right now in the cave.
There is.
All right. Where's food gear?
Now that the camp is set up, I assume we could have set up the barrel outside to gather water.
Yes.
Food? Is that all me?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, those are rolling so slow. I'm like, is those all my dice rolling slowly?
So, how does the food and water work again?
So if you rolled a 1 or a 2, it'll drop 1 die type.
Okay.
I did not
That's
do
bad.
any of that.
I assume that's bad.
Yeah, like Kogan, for example, right now Kogan has no potable water.
Yeah, I just lost a water, I think, if I read this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the system calculated automatically.
Yeah, okay.
And when I mentioned in chat that every quarter day matters, that's why.
Yeah.
So this is weird. I don't know if it's just because my laptop is slow, but my sheet didn't update anything, although the water thing is now just like a blank, like a minus sign.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
means
that's the update. That's the update.
Yeah.
It goes from a D6 to nothing.
Yeah, I mean you're
Okay.
you're out of water.
Okay.
So you're out of water. Kogan is out of water.
Oh man, gotta start drinking urine already? Ugh.
We have a barrel. Let it fill up.
Uh,
It's still raining.
Okatai is out of food.
Yep.
Oh, survival games.
I was gonna say, are your games of this normally like this, or is this just because we're doing a survival game?
No, scarcity in Forbidden Lands is a very real thing.
Okay.
Like-
Scarcity and encumbrance.
Yeah, like we've played in our other game. We're up to, I think we've got game 40 coming on Sunday. So our characters are fairly advanced. I mean, my character's got like 15 different talents on them, and some of them are rank 3. Like, we are advanced characters, and there's been times where it's like, we can't go adventuring. We need to hunt to feed ourselves, or we're gonna fucking starve to death.
Oh jeez.
Right.
So this game really is like D&D on hard mode.
It is. That being said, you guys, you kind of like to empty out your water skins. Over the course of the day, the water barrel will collect 10 units of water, as long as the rain keeps up.
So is that 2 dice levels for us?
It would be 2 dice levels per person if divided up equally.
Okay. So 1 water is 1 dice level.
Yep. Yeah.
Why did I just roll a die?
Because I accidentally had your token selected.
Okay.
That was me just rolling for the weather. And as the sun crests and you guys are like, oh, okay, at least we got the barrel set up and it's going to be collecting water. You notice it's not raining nearly as hard.
Oh no.
Still raining a bit.
Right.
But that 10 goes down to 5, maybe.
So at the end of the day, there will be some water to collect, but it's not nearly as much as you were hoping for.
You have to love a game that you're playing a survival game, hiding in a cave and praying for rain. Right? Like, that checks a lot of boxes.
I mean, thankfully,
It's rain.
Thankfully, Caldy had that collapsible barrel in his sack.
Yeah,
That's right.
right?
All right, so you guys can decide what you would like to do.
We're definitely gonna need to take a nap now that the camp is set up. Are you alright to cook something while I sleep?
Sure.
We got some.
Sure.
we got-
I'll cook with the owl barrel. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, we got some old bear meat, and we need to dry the pelt so we can do something with it. Make a good blanket or an armor eventually.
I could try to figure it out. It'll take time though.
I propose we stay here a bit. When I wake up, I'm gonna go out to try to find some stuff that we need. Sorry, I'm not thinking straight. I've not been sleeping for a while.
Taking some time to maybe just take stock and find food, water is probably wise.
Yeah. We'll need to hunt for some food and forage for some food. So while me and Caldy sleep, maybe one or two people can go out and try to forage for some stuff. Just make sure someone stay here to stand guard. Well, not stand guard, but watch over us while we sleep.
I can watch over you, I suppose.
I'll be awake. So
Okay, and those,
Foraging for a start, and maybe hunting a bit later today. And I want to go out to go get some of that wood that I found. I like to make some poison arrow and poison spears if I can. I don't know, make it work.
what's
Sorry,
called
foraging is survival, right?
yes.
Okay. I mean, I could do it. I got a point in foraging, but I'm also down 2 wits right now. So
All right. So those of you who slept during the night, so that would be Kogan, Ryzen.
I changed it. Sorry. Should be Okutai and Caldy.
So everybody except for Okutai and Caldy can hit the rest button, and that'll replenish your attributes.
You're back on in order.
sorry, where do I find the rest button? Is it on my sheet?
Yep, right at the very top of your character sheet. It's a little thing, looks like a bed.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, thank you.
Told me there was no package detected.
So
Yeah, I don't
says
know
here
why it does
use-
it.
Okay.
It'll still reset your attributes.
Okay.
Yeah, it gave me this little error message, but it reset my wits anyway.
Yep.
So Desi, you're doing foraging.
Yep.
I'm doing cooking. Caldy and Okutai are sleeping.
I'll stand watch. I'll just watch people while they sleep.
I mean, I think I can watch while I'm cooking.
You can't actually.
Oh, okay. What's Calgan good at?
Fighting things. He could help. He could go hunting or foraging.
So we can go with Desi.
He can go with Desi.
Is Risen better than Desi for foraging, just in case, before we set up on task we're less good at?
Well, my wits and survival is a 5 combined.
Oh, that's great.
So up to you.
So you should go with Desi, and then Calgan can keep watch.
Yep.
Okay. I see. You don't want the halfling staring at you while you sleep. I understand.
Wake me up when the dancing girls get here.
All right.
Why did I draw the short straw? Now I have to wear a dress for your entertainment. Oh man.
Better than me. Better you than me.
We may be stranded on a tropical island full of animals and cannibals, but I can still do better.
You say that now.
Yeah, you've only been on the island for 2 days.
Well, give it
Our
till
only
Tuesday anyway.
or only sample right now is the actual owlbear. So maybe count the owlbear as doing better.
Sorry, do I do a roll as well, or is there an assist function?
All right. So for Desi and Ryzen, you guys are going foraging.
Yep.
Yes.
So whichever one of you has the better survival skill rolls, and then you get +1 for the help from the other person.
Okay, well, my overall pool is 5.
-3, so we're
Okay.
all very lucky that I won't be rolling the dice.
So I just click survival, or do I have to like do something else to add a modifier?
No, when you click survival, there'll be a pop-up menu comes up, and then just put
Oh, yeah.
+1 under bonus.
Do I put the plus or just 1?
Just 1.
Okay.
If we can find a river, I can fish. I like fishing.
Perfect. All right.
Is that good?
Yep. That'll get you 1 vegetable that can be cooked.
Ooh.
Actually, you have a choice of vegetable, which can be turned into food, or herbs, which can be turned into poison, if somebody has the poisoner talent.
And a few of my druid talent ask for herbs for as ingredients.
Well, I think we want food right now, don't we?
Yep, we definitely want food right now.
All right.
Perfect. So Desi and Ryzen, you guys set off, and I mean you're a little bit cautious, just because there's some large creatures.
Sure.
But by the same token, a large predator of this nature has probably kept other predators at bay.
hmm
So you guys feel fairly confident that nothing is going to accost you while you're out and about looking. And I mean, it's spring, so at this point in time, it's a lot of kind of like early tubers, mushrooms, that sort of thing that you're looking for. But if there's anything that the two of you would like to discuss amongst each other while you're out and about, feel free.
Uh, so what'd you do to get here, Desi?
Probably nothing worse than what you did.
Well, yeah, probably not. I could say I was framed, but that might be a little bit of a lie. Although I think the retaliation for what I did was a bit extreme. I don't because I didn't actually break any law that I'm aware of.
That's how they get you.
Yeah,
You're not
with
your
power and influence.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
And a well-praised bribe or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think there was any bribing in mine.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm that expensive. I'm pretty sure someone just said, "Yeah, I don't like her." That was enough.
Oh, okay. I've been in that boat. Yeah.
But yeah, I have limits, and someone exceeded them. That's
Fair.
about it, really.
Meantime, back at the camp. So Trustius is doing some cooking.
Just gotta try. If we can figure out how to do it.
Okay, it's real simple. There's no roll for cooking. It's just a question of how much of the meat you have you can turn into food.
Right. So I think we have 5 meat.
Yep, and you can turn a D6 of them into food during this quarter day. There you
Who's
go.
picture? I just pictured Bender pouring a ridiculous amount of salt or spices on some meal because he has no sense of portion.
Hey.
Or taste.
Yeah. This is the saltiest thing I've ever eaten, and I once ate a bowl of salt.
So yeah, you're not entirely sure the best way to prepare owlbear. You're like, oh, is it a bird? Is it a mammal?
Well, it depends on which end you're cooking, doesn't it?
It's the bird red meat.
Red chicken, can you?
Um,
It's like duck. It's a bird, but red meat.
yeah. But you
No?
you do know enough
Swag.
with the chef talent that you don't eat the liver of a bear, so you figure, okay, we'll leave that bit, and essentially just get like some chunks of roast and start cooking them over the fire. It does smell pretty tasty, and just due to the nature of things, the smell does carry a little ways. So as Desi and Ryzen are coming back with their their kind of handful of like various assorted edible roots and mushrooms, you guys can smell this roast cooking.
That smells edible.
And Kogan is basically like scouting isn't just standing in one place and keeping your eyes open. He's like doing patrols and stuff around. He comes back. He's like, that smells really good.
Yeah, so Trustius is probably like sitting cross-legged in front of the fire, turning the spits as he's roasting the meat. Eyes on the ground, they're wide. He's like almost always in a state of shock, right? So he'll just kind of nod and say, "Thank you."
You're at some point you're going to have to stop looking at the ground and look around. There's a lot of dangers out here, and I'd hate for you to be caught unawares.
Hopefully you can, and the rest of you can protect me from these dangers. I'm more worried about the dangers in here than out there. But Kogan, if you could find an anthill or something, that would be lovely.
An anthill? In the jungle?
Some way to clean the flesh off things.
Personally, I just use my teeth.
Trusty's got like a belt of saurian hands around him.
Just be careful if we run into any other people out here. Some of them may not take too kindly to. He just kind of like nods.
I know. It's not my fault. Regardless.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily know if they'll cut you any slack for that.
We can hope that we can avoid them, or we can talk our way out. It's better than if they attack and something terrible happens to them.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm good at violence, but it doesn't necessarily mean I prefer violence.
Right. Well, if you can see the others when they come back, let me know. This, I think, is almost ready.
Perfect. So yeah, as it gets on towards lunchtime, Ryzen and Desislav are back with their vegetables. So whoever is tracking loot, although under the actors tabs, you guys should have access to a thing called Owlbear Cave.
We do.
Yep.
So I set it up as a stronghold.
Okay, so I could just put the food in there, I guess.
You could until people start, carrying it around. You can just grab it from the items tab, drag it over.
Tony for Loot Master.
I'll let somebody else do that.
I'm noting everything. Just in case.
We got beats.
You gonna track everything, Yerk?
Yep.
Perfect. Yerk for Loot Master.
I usually do that in other games. I've not been doing that with that group for some mysterious reason.
So, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think with 5 food, we can up everybody's food by 1 dice.
You can, yes.
Just to make it easy.
Currently, my food dice is no food dice, so.
So as you guys arrive back, Kaldi and Okatai, you guys can hit your rust button.
Yeah.
Everybody is refreshed. There's the smell of roast meat. The rain is definitely let up outside. What would you guys like to do for the afternoon?
Technical question before we start talking. If I want to learn a new talent and I need to roll wits for it, do I need to take a full quarter day to do that before we can train?
I believe so. I'll double check just in case.
That's kind of how it worked in Twilight, right? The stopping to spend XP in Twilight was a pain in the ass.
Yes, so to learn a new talent, it costs 3 XP and takes a quarter day of practice and a successful wits roll. If you fail, you keep the XP and can try again next quarter day.
So if I want to learn a talent that I don't know and I want to teach it to Desislava, I need to learn it first, and then I can take another quarter day to teach her.
Correct. So if you guys are going to spend like all afternoon and all evening dueling and practicing.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
And it's just straight attribute roll. It's straight wits.
Correct.
All right, I'll do it. I want to go and see if I can get good with the bone club.
Okay.
So for people who need to train, you could start with that. And if some people want to go forage because we got just one more food, we'll probably need more than that.
Yeah.
Depending on what you people need to learn. Colby, did you have something planned for your learning?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Path of Many Things to rank 2, but I'm trying to find out where we noted what that cost.
It's 6.
6, and I only have 3 so far, so, alright.
No, you should have 6.
Did I not
You
note it
should-
last time?
You should have 5 or 6 right now. Depending on how much XP you gained last game. Last game you should have 6. Because first game you got 1 more than because of your selling of the
Right.
the spyglass, and last game the minimum we got was 3. So you should have 6 right now.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll check my notes, because I certainly didn't put it on the sheet here. 1 sec.
Yep.
Well, I assume I wasn't successful.
You were not, but you can try again like in the evening. So that's like your your afternoon is like, it's not really a club yet. It's really still a femur until somebody kind of like, so you get like some bone spurs in your fingers and and it's like it's uncomfortable and it's unwieldy.
Yeah.
So not quite yet.
Sure.
Desi, what's your plan for this quarter day?
I don't have one yet. What do people need me to do? I can go try foraging again. Or
Yeah, we're looking
hunting.
for that broadleaf stuff, right? I think we have 1 so far, but we want
The
more.
silvery whatever it is.
Yeah.
The white moss.
I can try foraging for white moss.
Or we can get more food if you're lucky.
All right.
Sorry, did we just get enough food to increase our food die or no?
By 1.
By okay, so a D10 a D8 becomes a D10. Okay.
Yep.
And water we're still collecting.
Yep. At the end of the day, you'll have some water to distribute.
Okie doke.
And I will note another option for foraging is you can forage for water, which, if you're successful, gives you enough for everybody to set their water skin to a D12.
Okay.
To a D what?
A D12.
12. he said.
Oh wow,
Everybody? Holy cow.
that might be worth doing. I think everyone's training but you, Disney. So
Yeah, I think I want to use my 6 points to make my bag a little better.
Okay,
I
perfect.
don't know how you justify that, but
Just reorganize it. Because you already have the talent, you don't have to make any rolls to learn it. You just spend the XP, take the quarter day. So you basically spend the quarter day like inventory.
so I dropped the experience down to 0, move that up to 1.
Yep, up to 2.
Up by 1, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Kogan will keep watch while you guys train.
Are we all training this afternoon?
It depends on whether there's something that you want to learn or not.
I wouldn't mind getting defense.
Okay.
Yeah, but I need to learn the talent before I can teach it to you. Can we do that in the
Okay.
same quarter?
No, you have to learn it first and then spend the next quarter teaching. I mean, she can make the wits roll and maybe she looks in and makes the roll.
Yeah.
Right now, she thinks,
it might not hurt
Or-
if both of you do it, and then if one of you makes it, you could teach the other one.
right now she thinks defense is what separates their yard from hers.
He now I had to use a shield. Yeah, my wits is a 3.
That's okay. Mine's a 5, and we're a team now.
Yeah, you can still make the roll. If you're not doing anything else, you may as well.
Okay, well, it was that or go looking for white moss
Or food.
or food.
It's up to you.
I would rather go looking for white moss.
Okay. So 3 XP gets you the defender talent. What was Trustius doing?
I'm going to try to pick up Tanner.
Okay. So you
So
get
that's a wits roll, right?
Yep. So you get some of like the scraps of the owl bear and like nothing that's going to be useful, but enough to see if you can't like figure out the best way to stretch it and everything.
I'll try to push.
You can't. It's not a skill roll. Yeah, you can only push skill rolls.
I thought the skill rolls were the ones that would never fail.
Skilled dice won't screw you, but
But it still has to be a skill roll.
it
Okay.
still has to be a skill to push.
I cannot figure this out.
Maybe
Now.
maybe the pieces you're using are too small. And Desi can give me a survival roll at -1.
Uh-oh.
-1?
-1.
Is it because it's the afternoon or? Oh no, it's because it's spring.
It's because it's spring.
Roll.
Oh, shit.
Ruh-roh.
Oops.
Oh, look, Anita dice.
Yeah. I forgot to say please and thank you before I rolled. Yeah.
All right. So as the sun starts to wane, starts to get into the evening. Luckily, you guys don't have to make camp because you have a camp set up here already. Cody, you have finished doing your inventory. You've made track of what everything you have in your bag. You've repacked it to the best of your capability. You immediately forget exactly what's in there and where it is, but if you really need to, you can find it. you're,
Yeah, if I'm reminded of something to say, oh, there it is. I know I have one of those here somewhere.
yeah, and you guys see, like, in his little backpack, which is like the size he is, there is an astounding amount of crap in there.
It's like a TARDIS.
Right.
Like, you're pretty sure at one point, like, you know, you have to kind of grab him by the ankles, and, you know, he's like, you know, waist deep in, like, looking down the top of his backpack, and, you know, Kogan comes out and, like, grabs him by the ankles and helps him get down into the deeper recesses of it.
Toss out a stiff string of beads.
Okata, you have, like, successfully figured out how to best defend yourself, thus being able to teach others should they so wish. Ryan,
Probably pairing with Risen that was trying to figure out how to club stuff.
yeah, you guys could have trained together. You're pretty sure that, you know, with a little bit of work on, like, balancing out that club, or more practice with it, you'll probably get down this the best way to hit with it. Trustius, you're probably going to need, maybe it's too wet because it's been raining for so long. Maybe that's it. You need to, like, set your rack a little bit closer to the fire, but not too close.
Yeah, more bear, less owl.
And Desi comes back empty-handed. But you guys do notice that as she kind of, like, walks in into the cave, you know, a little bit wet, a little bit, you know, bedraggled. This right at the mouth of the cave, there's this very curious-looking, like. Have you ever seen, like, the black squirrels that they have in Ottawa or in Ontario? They're like a fairly big black squirrel.
Yep.
You see at first what looks like one of those, just kind of sitting at the cave entrance, kind of like cocking its head, looking at her. Kind of chitters a little bit. Scampers up one of the walls.
The hell?
More food.
Can I try to grab it?
You can certainly try.
After a frustrating afternoon of not finding anything. It would be what?
It would be melee.
Oh dear. I will. Can I try to push it still?
You sure can.
Nope.
Oh god.
Okay. So you gotta grab this this squirrel, and it's a fairly large squirrel. Looks like it'd probably be good in a stew. And as it's, like, skittering up the wall, you go to grab it, and it stands still just long enough for you to go, like, I got it, and you move quickly, and it darts out of the way, and you, like, smash your fingers against the rock.
Ow! Fucker.
Taking 2 damage to your strength from the pushed result. And
Yep, I did.
and it skitters up, and you can hear it. You swear it's laughing at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cradle my hand to my chest as I curse. That little fucker's gonna die.
We're laughing at you too.
Don't push me, little.
Trustius is not laughing. He is looking at the ground.
I think I'm trying not to laugh before I eventually just give in and
I just don't understand everything. It's like, why is he running up with the squirrel?
Yeah,
This appears to be a stressor. Stressors are bad. Just stop, please. Everything stop.
Desi
Well,
is
next-
giving very dirty looks to Caldi and Risen.
next time this happens, I'll try to compose a song for background to, like, make it more amusing.
A little bit of Benny Hill music happening.
I was gonna say a little bit of yakety sax. Yes.
Awesome.
laugh now.
Oh, I am. The best time to laugh is now because the future is not guaranteed.
Just making up a little bit of a token for this world.
Oh,
Gee,
God.
thanks.
It's a thing.
Now it's an arch nemesis.
This encounter went longer than we thought.
It's going to be the main and the antagonist for this campaign.
Fucking
Oh.
black squirrel.
It's caused as much damage as the owlbear did.
Fair.
So far,
Yeah, the squirrel's done more damage than the owlbear.
I'm.
I don't know
yeah,
if it's gonna help you with the squirrel, but I think I figured out a bit better how to spar. So if you want to give it a try, I could show you
No,
what
it's
I
gonna
got.
be like it's gonna be like the rabbit from Monty Python.
God, I hope not.
All right. As we get into the evening, what would folks like to do? Just so you guys know, quarter days, the way it works is basically it's morning, day, evening, night. So you guys are in the third quarter day.
If someone wants to sleep now so he can stand guard tonight, that's an option. Or the one who stands guard tonight can sleep in the morning. Because you just slept, Colby. So
Yeah, I'm going to be foraging for wealth, basically.
Okay.
this is you want to train a bit. I think I got a couple of things that I could pass on to you. I think I figured out some of the things.
Okay. So Caldi is going foraging. Kogan, he's been on watch all day. He may as well just continue to be on watch.
Okatai is training Desi Risen.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you want
Yeah,
to do, Risen?
I'm gonna try and do my bone club stuff again.
Okay.
Practice my katas and stuff.
Perfect. All right.
Trusty's got to
Okay. Sorry, Trustius is going to.
sleep.
Oh, you're.
Okay. All right. So Caldi can give me a survival roll
Ooh.
at -1.
All by himself.
Okay.
Oh, that's a success.
Wow.
Yay!
So what were you looking for?
Wealth, gems, semi-precious stones, anything that I could sell.
Okay. You don't find too much out here in that regard. You do find some plants and stuff that you think might be worth something. Not a lot of. I mean, if you're looking for like metal or stone, you're gonna have to find like an ore vein or a quarry or something similar. But you do find some plants that may have some use either to a healer or an herbalist or an apothecary or something.
Sure.
So you can put down that you have one item of herbs.
All right, I will write that down.
Yeah, you should be able to just drag it from the item list.
Okay.
Well, they're worth a couple of silver.
What would that be? Raw materials or trade goods?
It's under raw materials. At the top of the item thing, there's a little search bar. You can just type in, and it'll pull it up.
Just type in herbs. Oh, there it is, herbs.
Yep. All right. Trustius is sleeping. Ryzen, you can give me your wits roll again.
Sure.
There you go.
Sweet.
So yeah, so under the items, you should be able to find Hammer Fighter.
Okay. I saw it under the. Sorry, where's the easiest way to find it?
So under the item tab, the one that looks like a little satchel,
Yep.
and then in the search bar, just type Hammer.
Oh, okay. Because I went through.
The search bar is your friend when there's so many things.
Yep. So it's got. Oh, there's the talents. Okay, I got to scroll down. Hammer Fighter.
Yep.
Okay,
just-
so
Yep. Just
do I just have to drag?
Yep. Just drag it onto your sheet.
And that's a talent, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at it before in like the main write up, and I was having trouble figuring out how to drag it. I was like, it wasn't dragging from there. There we are. Didn't want to drag when I was playing with it last time. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
And it automatically. Oh, then I have to knock the XP off myself, correct?
You do.
And it was what, 3 or 2?
3.
So I have 2 left. Okay.
And I will add the bone. Oh, you've already got the bone club. All right.
Sorry, it costed me 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And Desi, if you want to spend the 3, you can learn Defender from Okatai.
Excellent.
Sorry, how much does the skill cost again?
5 times the level you're going to.
So level 1 cost me 5. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Skills are expensive.
Yep.
Ah,
I heard
Try untrained magic.
Yeah.
And how do I? Sorry, that goes under talent.
Yep.
Should be in the compendium.
Just the item tab,
Okay.
and then just type Defender in the search bar.
Okay. Thank you.
And that'll give you a free parry every round.
Cool.
So as the sun sets on your, I think your 3rd day here on the island, the only one who actually got some sleep is Trustius. So are the rest of you sleeping, or is anybody staying up?
I'm guarding, of course, like watchman.
Okay.
I'll sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
I'll sleep.
Okay. What is Trustius doing?
I'm going to try to figure out these fucking Tanner thing.
Okay.
Because I'm not going out at night alone.
Okay, so you can give me a wits roll, and Caldy can give me a scouting roll.
Hey, what's wrong?
All right. So during the evening, Caldy, as you're kind of like scouting around, keeping a watch on the perimeter, the rain lets off. There is enough water there, so everybody can add 1 die to their water rations.
Sweet.
But you see, off in the distance to the. Off in the distance to kind of the northwest, kind of. You see what you think look like maybe fairly large fire. Too large to be a campfire, but not large enough to be a forest fire.
Okay, so like burning house or something?
You don't know. It's
Who's up with me?
just you. Oh, Trustius is over
Trustius,
there.
right?
Trustius is over there working on some tanning.
I'll go over and talk to Trustius. Say, hey, look, something on fire out there. Keep an eye out. I'm gonna go take a look.
Then why?
Curiosity. Yeah, you're not gonna get rich hiding in caves. I'll be right back. Just continue what you're doing. Just keep an eye out. And if I yell, I'll wake the others.
Try to yell loudly.
I can tell you're really good at that. I'm cheering you on. And Caldy will sneak out.
So Caldy slips out. Thankfully, as a goblin, you don't have to bring any light source with you or anything.
Right. That's why I work the nights.
And you travel for a fair ways. As a matter of fact, give me a survival roll.
I will push that.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Well, give me 2 wits, right? 2 will, right?
Yep. Okay.
So what does that mean? 2 damage applied. Already applied. Perfect.
Yep. So make your way, and it's rough going through the wet jungle floor. A couple places here, the footing is kind of treacherous. You manage to like kind of keep your balance. You don't like twist your ankle or anything. And you make your way kind of like, following your eyes, following your nose. You can smell the burning as you start to get closer. And you see, this is probably about 6 or 7 miles from the camp. It's essentially another hex over.
Okay.
Which is what the survival roll is for. You see what looks like a very large bonfire. There's a group of individuals standing around. It looks like there's 5 or 6 men and women wearing very roughly hewn clothing made out of like plant fiber and animal skins and the like. But what draws your attention almost immediately is in the center of that bonfire. There's a large stake with somebody tied to it who looks like they're trying to scream as their flesh burns and melts, but they're unable to utter any sound.
Okay. Well, I have no weapons. Clearly, I cannot save this person, being a itty bitty old goblin. So I'm going to go back to the cave
Okay.
and report what I saw.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
I'm not very good at stealth.
It's nighttime. That might help.
It gives them a penalty on their scouting roll.
I'm going to push. No successes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I didn't push yet. Or is that the push?
No, that was my scouting roll.
Okay, so I'm push.
Alright.
No successes.
All right. They didn't get any either, so so you make your way back. You're pretty sure you weren't spotted. There's a couple places where you're not looking where you're going because you're kind of like looking over your shoulder to see if there's any torchlight or anything following you. Because I mean, they're humans. They would have to use some sort of light. So a couple of times you like trip, you fall, like you bang your shin up against something. But you're fairly confident you weren't spotted or followed as you make your way back to the cave.
Awesome.
So Trustius, you're like working away. You're like Okay, if I remember what okay, maybe I have to scrape it, get it close to the fire, getting all the the ins and outs of getting this this piece of hide tanned. And after, you remember Cully saying like, I'm gonna go check on something, I'll be back. And he doesn't come back. And then you get kind of caught up in your work. You're like, you almost got this. You almost got this. You look up and he's still not back. You're like, oh. And then you realize that nobody's keeping watch on your cave. You kind of poke your head out. You don't see anything right away. And then you see Caldy come like limping back to the cave.
That was a whole bunch of ouch.
What happened?
I found they were all humans, right?
Yes.
Found a bunch of humans burning another human alive at a stake. It was awful. Poor soul was trying to scream and no sound would come out. There was nothing I could do. But there's people out there that burn people at stakes, so we ought to keep that in mind.
I think so. Just try to get some rest.
I am telling
Don't
you
wake the
that
others.
the just
Because witch hunters are a great idea with this character.
Absolutely.
Why not?
So as battered and beaten as he is, Caldy continues to keep watch for the remainder of his shift. Trustius, you're at work on this and you get lost in that kind of meditative, repetitive work leading to that kind of fugue state sort of thing. Especially as an elf, you're kind of used to that that feeling. But as you do, you don't hear anything, but you feel ever so slightly something kind of tickle across the back of your neck.
He'll freeze. He's probably sitting cross-legged in front of the fire, working on a scrap of leather or something, and he'll just freeze. And like for the character of Trustius, he's as scared of himself as anything else, right? So he'll very, very slowly, probably looking at the ground, try to look around, see what's going on. But he's more worried, really, about what he would do to everybody here as opposed to whatever's in the cave, right?
You take a slow, careful look around. You don't see anything. But then you distinctly hear this kind of like laughing, chittering sound. And you see the big black squirrel kind of sitting near the entrance to the cave, just staring at you.
Can I offer it some food?
You can. You can give me an animal handling roll.
Don't think I'm very good at that. But I do have a component that's a live animal. So it's for stealing souls or something. Animal handling. Oof. Empathy and 0. This is terrible.
I have 3 level in animal handling, but at terrible empathy.
I am not pushing that.
Okay.
I will throw some food at it.
Okay. It does pick up the little bit of jerky or whatever, or tubers or whatever. I mean, squirrels aren't meat eaters. And
Do
it
I
kind
see this too?
you would. I mean, you're scouting around, and it just grabs it and then scampers off.
You didn't strike me as the animal lover type.
It came with Dizzy. And it's fine.
Moving away.
And I will continue on with my trading if I can.
You can. The rest of the night passes uneventfully.
And the witch got burned and the squirrel showed up.
You moved
It's not bad in this game.
on.
The next day, it is nice. It is sunny. It is starting to, that like early spring warmth is starting to filter in. The rain has completely let off. Everybody, as you go looking for your rations, Desi, something got into your bag at some point and destroyed a portion of your rations.
Okay, so down to D6.
Yep.
Something did.
Yeah. Something. Such a mystery. Fucking little squirrel.
What's with this squirrel? It came back?
It got into my bag.
Yeah, like none of your rations were eaten or anything. Like literally destroyed.
Yeah.
Like with malicious intent.
Uh-huh.
Who can you?
Oh, I get it.
Dizzy is a
Fucker's gonna
nemesis.
die.
That's awesome. That would be the next Saturday morning animated show. Dizzy and the Squirrel.
It's like the Ice Age squirrel.
That was my first thinking.
Everybody can make their food and water rolls for the day.
Oh man, we just did a food and water roll.
Time passes fast.
Okay,
Got
Ferris.
stuff to do. Got stuff to do, so it
I've
does
managed
that.
both times.
There. So you guys all have breakfast. Caldy, you are now sleepy until such time as you actually get some sleep.
Well, it's my turn to sleep, so I will take that as soon as these guys let me.
Do you report on what you saw tonight before you go
Oh,
to
absolutely.
sleep? You think the person on the stake was deprived of his tongue through violent mean, or was it a silence, like otherworldly silence?
I saw this person's hair on fire, its skin melting, and it absolutely looked like it was trying to scream. No sound came out. I'm sure I will be having nightmares for a week.
Probably thought it was a witch. Or a warlock.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering how they made it violent. How much we should fear those people? Like, is it just the tongue ripped out, or is it something more?
I was really outnumbered, and I don't have a weapon. So I couldn't tell you.
No, it's fine. I'm just pondering. There's still a bunch of things we need to gather before we move on, but maybe we should do stuff at home this morning. Let them go away first before we started wandering.
I need sleep.
Well, Colby, you need to sleep. There's something I want to practice. I wanted to go gather some poison wood, but guess I'll do that in the afternoon. And maybe on something at some point.
That's a good idea.
So I train in the morning, gather some stuff, and then go hunt with someone. Just so we don't go out there alone. I'm pretty sure I can tag down a prey just to make sure that I can take it down. I'd rather not be alone.
Sorry, what are you trying to take down?
I was planning on going to hunt later today, and I wanted to go with someone.
Sure.
But I was also proposing that this morning we do the thing that we need to do locally, so we don't step on the burning people. Like,
What?
give them some time to go away.
Do the thing we need to do locally? What thing?
Well, I still have a bit of a thing that I want to try to train for. I don't know. Well, I think if people go out, don't go alone.
Yeah.
I went out alone. It was fine.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
small and it
Someone
was
wants
dark.
to take a swing at me, I'm gonna swing back. Most things don't
Oh
like
yeah.
that, except for that fucking squirrel.
Okatai, what are you doing?
I need to train this morning.
Training, okay. Ryzen?
I don't know. I could go in forage. I could go hunt. I could do whatever.
Have you slept yet?
Have I slept? Well, I thought I slept overnight while the fire thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
you did.
Everyone slept but Caldy, I think. Great.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I'm rested. I can go do something.
Dizzy?
I'm gonna go foraging. It's either that or that fucking squirrel.
And I'm
Yep.
going to try to train as well.
Okay.
What we don't know is secretly Chris is giving the squirrel XP if he survives each session.
Oh, probably. Yeah,
Oh, that thing is
surprised
gonna
me
be
at all.
something.
Okay. So Caldi is sleeping. Trestius and Okatai are training. Desi and Ryzen are going out foraging.
Sure.
Okay. Perfect. I think we've established by now that Ryzen is better at this than Desi is.
Yep.
Yeah, sadly.
Until something bad happens.
So survival at +1 for Desi's help, but -1 because it's spring. So net
So 0.
Net 0.
So net 0. Womp womp.
Okay.
Should I push?
I would.
You would? Okay.
I mean, we really need to find food, and we are able to rest. So, and that's willpower you gain.
Well, looks like I was successful, I think.
Excellent. You guys are like the best foraging team. All right. So again, I mean, you guys have foraged through this hex fairly extensively. This is essentially this is the last time you'll be able to forage in this hex. But you do find a fair bit like a good healthy dose of vegetables and various assorted early spring greens and the like. And whichever one of you is best at scouting can give me a scouting test.
I think his wits are high enough that it'll be him, because my scouting would be a 3.
Okay.
Sorry, me?
Scouting
Pretty
roll.
sure your wits are at least a 4.
So, there it is. Well, my scouting, it's 4 altogether.
Yeah, so you're better at it than I am.
All right. So, am I getting a +1 or no? Or
No.
okay.
Oh, good roll.
Solid.
So yeah, you guys are a couple hours away from the cave.
Mhm.
To your best recollection, since you did so well on your forging roll, you've headed kind of southwesterly from where you are, and you see what looks like stone amongst the trees. And you get a little bit closer, and it's not just like some rocks or something. It looks like it's the remnants of some very old foundation.
Okay. Well, let's go investigate that. I pointed out to Desi, hey, look at this.
So
Stone foundation. Maybe some ruins of a house or a hut or something, maybe.
mm, take a look.
Could be a better shelter than the Owlbear Cave, depending on if it's covered or not.
I was gonna say, not if it's just the foundation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, maybe there could be something useful. Let's go have a poke around. Pokey poke.
Sure.
What's the worst that could happen?
I love how this game kind of makes you split the party.
I think the worst that could happen is we'd get burned at the stake.
Well,
Sure, that was mentioned last night.
well, not in here specifically, unless they're camped out here, in which case, yeah, we're.
So you guys carefully make your way through to the jungle underbrush, kind of doing your best to remain silent, just in case there's anything there.
Mhm.
And it definitely looks like the ruined foundation of a smallish building. Give me half a sec here. I got a little bit of a map.
Mm. Okay, like that. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not staying here.
Why?
Well, I mean, there's
Get-
no shelter, like you said.
Oh, yeah.
It's
no,
open. It's open space.
Yeah, it would suck. I mean, I've got a tent. I think there's at least one other.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, let's have a look around and see if there's anything. Let's look for treasure.
How high are the foundation walls, Chris?
They vary from like a foot or so to like 3 or 4 feet. They're enough that you can tell that they're actual walls that have long since fallen into disrepair.
But enough that I can like walk up and look over.
Yep. Just so you guys are aware, basically your quarter day is foraging. So if you want to explore this, that's going to be another quarter day, which means you guys won't be getting back until evening.
I'm fine with that. We're here. We might as well go check.
Sure. I don't know. You guys seem to know things about treasure and shit.
I try
Take a look,
to.
see if there's something in there.
Yep.
And I will get both of you to give me, actually, whoever's got the highest scouting, give me a scouting roll.
4 because of my wits.
Okay.
Anita?
No, mine would be a 3.
Did I just roll? I thought I just hovered. I didn't think I.
Nope, that
Oh,
was
that
me.
was somebody else. Oh, okay. I'm like, I didn't click. Okay. All right.
So you guys look carefully. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You don't see anything that looks dangerous. Since Desi, since you got close enough to the wall to kind of take a look, you do see what seems to be partial inscriptions on some of the rubble and everything. It looks like it may, like part of the wall that has collapsed may have had writing on it at one point, but that's scattered amongst the pieces here in the rubble.
Are any of those pieces big enough to have more than like part of a letter on it, but small enough that I can carry it back?
Yes.
Excellent. I will do so. We've got smart-ass people back there.
And since you're looking at it very carefully, it looks less like writing and more like symbology.
Or
Or at the very least, no letters you recognize.
okay. I've got a wits of 3. I'm not. I'm not figuring any of this out.
What's average in this game? Is 3 not average?
For just a stat, 3 is pretty decent.
Oh,
And as you were sitting there and looking, something wraps around. Let's see. Even will be Desi.
It'll just be me.
It will be you.
I didn't even have to look.
Anita naturally has the trouble magnet.
So you feel something kind
That's
of like
by patron.
reach around your ankle, and basically and then just pull tight.
I'll look down.
I hope the squirrel comes to the rescue.
It is a vine that has wrapped around your leg.
Fuck. I'm gonna try to take a swing at it with my sword and cut it off my leg.
First of all, roll for your armor.
Oh no.
I'm gonna picture. I picture her now cleaving her own foot.
Yeah. Well, it is my dice. Well, what do I need to roll? How do I roll for my armor?
On your combat tab, just click the button that says armor.
Oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
No. So there's a crunching sound. You take a point of damage to your strength.
Ow! Fucker!
And reduce the bonus on your armor by 1.
Oh shit.
And yes, this vine not only has it wrapped around you, but it is squeezing hard like a constrictor snake.
Ow! What the hell? I'm looking down at my ankle like with obviously unimpressed.
Okay. And you guys may want to draw some initiative.
All right. How do we do combat? Sorry, how do we roll initiative, Chris?
You grab the cards down at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
It'll
They
tell
did a
you the
great job setting this up.
And lower is better in this, correct?
Correct. All right. So Ryzen, you're up. You see this this vine has wrapped around like part of Desi and is like squeezing the life out of her.
Okay.
And you do see in those trees just slightly to your north.
Yeah.
See, I'm just gonna activate the map so everybody can see it. Then.
Sure.
Just to the north of you, you can see this mass of vines that are like writhing around, and more of them are snaking out of the underbush.
Whoa. All right. I am going to use my knife because I'm guessing a makeshift bone club is not going to do squat. All right. I am going to use a regular knife and try to cut Desi free.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, give me a melee roll.
Okay, I don't click on the weapon. Okay.
You can click on the weapon.
Oh, it's not letting me. Like, I'm not.
Under combat, not gear.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I make that mistake all the time, and I've had 40 sessions under my belt.
Okay.
All right.
That's. I don't know. Is that good and bad?
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
So yeah.
All right. So you saw and you saw and you saw. It's not quite enough to get her free, but it is enough to give her a bonus on her attempt to break free.
We got more company coming.
And you still have your fast action if you want to do anything, like if you want to move or anything.
Can I continue to cut? Will that help?
That would still be a slow action. So you've cut as much as you can.
Okay.
But if you wanna back up or anything, you can. If you wanna run back into the jungles, you can.
Nah, I'm not cowardly yet. I'll wait. I'll hold my ground for now.
Okay. Desi, you're up. You can attempt to break free if you would like.
Yeah, I absolutely would like. Is that just a strength, or if
Okay.
I'm trying to like chop the vine away from the rest of the plant?
It is. Yep. It is a melee attack.
Okay. So I'm rolling on melee and not my sword.
No. If you're using your sword, use that. It's.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like I'm
Yep.
not hacking toward my ankle, despite what the dice is about to tell you. I'm sure. I'm trying to separate what's wrapped around my ankle from what's attached to the rest of the plant.
There goes a leg.
Yeah, I know, right?
You didn't need that leg.
Do I have any minuses or anything right now?
No. You actually have a +2 bonus from the fact that it's already partially cut.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
All right.
Don't push that.
Oh no, I'm not. Don't worry.
So yeah, you draw your sword and you slash this vine. It releases you, but you can tell that there are many more of these tendrils in that bush to your north.
Yep. All right, I think we should come back here with fire.
Sorry, are you free or not yet?
Yep, I'm free.
Okay,
I think we should go and come back with fire.
I agree.
Right. So the
Jeebus, even the plants are dangerous here. Fuck.
Desi, you see it reaching out for you again, trying to constrict you. I will note that this attack cannot be parried, but it can be dodged.
I will try to dodge it.
Okay. So that is a move roll at -2, unless you wish to remain on your feet.
What is it if I want to remain on my feet?
Sorry, it's a -2 if you want to remain on your feet.
I would prefer it, yeah.
Okay.
So that's just down at the bottom of the combat page.
Should be.
And a -2.
Yep.
Roll.
I will push. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, dice. You
The-
hate these though.
Yeah. The negative dice hosed you on that.
Oh yeah, big time.
Anita, why would you ever play a game with a death spiral?
Why would I ever play a game that has dice?
All right.
But if I take that out, I'm just left with like 10 candles. Or
Okay,
I haven't found a game where we can play with flip a coin yet.
that's right. We're going to design a survival game with coin flips.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Or maybe like, the Price is Right, spin the wheel.
I was gonna say, Anita needs good old rock, paper, scissors.
I do.
All right.
That would-
So 2 damage to your agility as it like slams into you, and roll for your armor.
Ow! Oh no. Where? There it is. Oh no.
That is another point of damage to your strength.
Jeez.
And
All
you
right.
and you are once again grappled.
By those, is this from is this from the advancing ones?
Yeah, it's from the ones that are snaking out from under the tree.
Right.
Ryzen, it is your turn.
Question: how far are we from camp?
You're like 2 or 3 miles.
That sounds like I don't have time to run back and bring people back. All right, I am going to try and cut again. Do some cutting.
Okay.
Combat. I will push.
As you're trying to cut through, you can't quite get close enough. Like these vines now are, they're almost like they're in a feeding frenzy. Like they've tasted blood,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they have. He's mine.
and they are like whipping out all over the place.
Because I'm tasty.
You do have your fast action if you would like to do anything with it.
I am going to try, at least now, to take a step or two back to get out of range in case they try to entangle me.
Perfect. So yeah, you can move one zone, so you could even move like kind of down here. And from what you've seen, there doesn't seem to be any creature or anything. There's nothing ambulatory. It's just vines snaking out.
Yep.
So you try to cut Desi free, and then you like look at her, and you just kind of sheepishly back up.
Yep. So you said I can move down, or
Yeah,
because they're coming from the north. Okay.
yeah.
All right, I'll move down one.
But you move like a whole zone. It's not square based like D&D is.
Okay, sorry. What's a zone? Oh, zones are the rectangle.
Yeah, the
strips,
the lines. So,
lines. Gotcha. So there.
yep, perfect.
Okay.
Right, Desi. You're muted.
Sorry, I'm getting angry and snarly. Yeah, she's gonna start just cursing a blue streak and try to get out of this.
Okay.
Now I have a. Okay. I'm gonna try using brawler.
Okay.
I'm gonna sheath my sword and just start tearing at it with my hands
Okay.
because all my unarmed attacks are modified by +1, and since the plus on my sword doesn't seem to be doing me any good, we'll see if unarmed is better.
Okay.
Would that be considered trying to grapple it, or would it be an unarmed strike?
It would be an unarmed strike.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're trying to grapple it.
I'm trying to rip it apart. So I don't know what ripping it apart counts as.
It would be an unarmed attack.
Okay. I am gonna be plant food.
You probably don't want to push that.
No, I'm not gonna touch it. The dice are telling me things. I should listen.
I mean, your last fighter type didn't last very long either.
That's true. That's very true.
I was going to say the dice are telling you start thinking
Or
character
crush.
concept.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's not bad.
All right. So you see, Desi is like struggling. She's like struggling, and this thing's whipping the vines out, and they're like one's wrapped around her arm, one's wrapped around her leg. She does not seem to be getting free, but it does not seem to be doing any further damage to her yet. Back around to Ryzen.
Okay. I can move. I can play this game for. If I move back in and then I try to do a strike and leave, or no, that oh no, if I do that, I'm stuck for at least one round.
Yep.
Yeah. If I throw a knife, I could accidentally hit her, and that would not be good. Unless I could aim it in such a way for like ahead of her to like try to break it.
Yeah, it's long enough. There's a lot of vine there.
Okay, I will try that. I will throw a knife. Since I don't think any of my talents would work on plants. Throwing knife. Oh. I will push. I will take a chance.
Right, you like overextend yourself. You feel like something pops in your shoulder.
Oh,
That knife is pretty foobarred. Like clangs off a stone at a bad angle.
okay.
So you would have had to draw and then fire. Desislava, you're up.
Okay, well, hands did nothing.
Ooh.
I'm gonna whip my sword out again and start hacking at it again.
Okay.
Going so badly. Get off my leg!
That's a good roll.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So as you hack it, it lets go of you, and it basically all of the vines retreat back into that northern bush.
Yeah, you better fucking run.
Sorry, it's retreating?
It's kind of pulled back slightly.
Okay.
And as it does, it retreats, and then it like shoots out like this barrage of vines. You see it coming, and you kind of get your shield up and plant your feet, and you can hear like the ting 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 as these like kind of like meaty vines, like woody vines, hit your shield, but does no damage because I rolled like shit.
Good.
Resin, back around to you. I will note that both of you are free and will get to act before the plat acts in case you wish to do anything.
Time to go.
So you're up, Mark.
Yep. I'm gonna try my other throwing knife.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
That one goes sailing off into the bush.
Oh, so I'm not even given a push option on that one. I see.
No, because when you push, you can't roll anything that's a 1 or a 6. And you rolled snake eyes.
Oh, so you're not given the option to push for the rest of the combat?
Well, for that particular item.
Okay, but this is a different throwing knife. Like I have two. Like I
Yeah,
have two different entries.
you only have 2 dice though, right? So
Oh, okay. I thought it was just because of the number of knives I have.
No, it's because your agility's down to 1, and the combat and the knife only has a bonus of 1.
you guys gotta get out of there. You gotta go.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Would you like to move?
Sure.
Okay. Would you like to retreat?
Yes, I want to retreat.
Okay. Perfect. Desi, you're up.
Well, if we're retreating, yeah, we should go get fire. Actually, I have torches, don't I? Torches do I have? I've got a D8 torches. I think I'd rather bring fire from the camp and back up.
Okay.
So I will back away from this mess.
Okay. All right. So yeah, kind of limping. Both of you took a little bit of damage. So when you get back to the camp from your foraging, you guys are a little bit battered and beaten and bruised.
And they were gone for 2 quarter days.
Not quite 2 quarters because they didn't get to explore the ruin.
Okay.
Like had they defeated it and explored it, then it would have been the full quarter day exploring. I think what else did we have going on that quarter day?
I was training for a talent, and I think the Tristis also.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up Bower.
Okay. So both of you can make your wits rolls.
Oh, hey.
Okay, you're good.
That's 3 XP, I believe.
Yep. I do appreciate that there's no weird multipliers and stuff for the XP. It's just, this is what it is. And what was Okatai picking up?
Ambidextrous.
Perfect. So yes, as lunchtime rolls around, Desislava and Ryzen come back. They look beat to shit. You can see there's a rent in Desi's armor. Ryzen is like missing his throwing knives.
Oh shit, yeah.
They look like they've been through some shit, but they do dump out like a good size, basically 2 portions of vegetables.
My heroes.
Well, that's nice, but those
Yeah.
potatoes seem to have beaten you up.
Get some fire. We're killing some fucking vines. Oh, and I got this. I'll pull out the rock that I had grabbed that had etchings on it
Perfect.
and sit it down in front of Culby.
Okay.
Found a building foundation that had a bunch of this shit on it by the vines that were trying to eat me.
All right. Before I make a roll for this, did I get my sleep?
Yes.
All right. So what would this be? A lore roll or a...
It is a lore roll.
I'm gonna attempt it also, if you don't mind.
I got 5 dice, so what do you guys got?
I got 6.
6?
Nope. Never mind, the sorcerer's an idiot.
All right.
Not talking that.
So both of you looking at it, and it looks more like you can take it and you kind of rotate it this way, rotate it that way, and it looks more like a sigil than lettering. And you kind of maybe this way, and then maybe this way. Wait, maybe this. And then eventually, you recognize the sigil as a long forgotten god. Back before the empire, back before the blood mist, back before everything. You just heard the word Jukuz. Jukuz.
Jukuz.
Ukaz, because
You neither one of you have any real recollection as to what they are the deity of or were, but you know that you've seen that symbol and you've heard that name in your various travels here and there. It's kind of like one of those things, like, if somebody comes up and says like, hey, what is Zeus the god of? And people are like, head of the Greek pantheon, king of the gods, throws thunderbolts, all that stuff. And then somebody comes up to you and says, what's Chernobog the god of? You're like, that name sounds familiar, but not sure what they're. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
think it's North Pantheon. Might be South. Yeah.
Whoever he is, it's probably Zeus's fault.
Chernobog is Slavic, actually.
It's still probably Zeus's fault.
So yeah, you do know what it is. It is old, very very old, like 5, 6, 7 centuries easy. And you would guess that ruin that they found perhaps could have been like a temple or a house of worship or something.
Okay. And did the killer potato come from the same place as the temple?
They found it en route.
Okay.
Why are we killing vines?
They tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Vengeance. I'm good with vengeance.
Fucking things. She'll lift like her leg up, brace it on the rock, and start looking at her armor.
There were a lot of them too.
You want us to go now, or do you want
Yes.
us to wait till you're rested?
I want us to get a few sticks from the fire and burn the fucker down.
Okay.
And you guys notice, like when Desi pulls off her armor and look, it's not just that the vine like wrapped around and squeezed. There are little like pinpricks, like thorns, and it looks very much like it was probably feeding off her blood.
Ooh.
Leech plants.
This thing was trying to drink you up. Okay, so yeah, let's get fire and clear that up.
Well, we'll take a quick 5-10 minute bio break.
Sure.
I need to
Okay.
grab something to drink.
I'm like, plot my revenge.
Plot her revenge.
There you go.
First the squirrel and now vines. We're not talking about you behind your.
Okay.
We were wondering if we make a poison weapon with the wood, would it be just for the first attack? Would it?
Yes. When you apply poison to a weapon, it has to be either a stabbing or a slashing weapon, and it lasts until you inflict damage or until a quarter day passes.
I mean, if we made a weapon with the poison wood.
The
That,
blackwood.
that will last until the weapon is broken. Like it's not a real strong poison. It's only intensity 3, but it's still something.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not terrible.
I mean, the bundle of poison arrow would be great, and the poison short spear would be good. And I'll be keeping all a piece of wood, untreated wood, for later when we can actually make a short spear that is not all made of wood and break easily. If I understood well what you told us.
Yep.
So basically, we just did some strategizing and realized that we could spend the next 50 quarter days doing stuff
It depends. There's only so many resources.
until everything runs out of the stacks. It's kind of like Exiles, right?
You can. I find the quarter days in this can go a lot faster than they do in Exiles. Like you can burn through them very quickly.
Oh, it's a lot easier, yeah, for sure. But our plan currently is to go kill some vines.
Okay.
We could use the rest of that quarter day to go kill the vines. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have a plan for the last quarter day of the day on my side, but we'll see how the spring of the vine goes first.
Alrighty.
Although, if we're going to try to do this today, is there an issue of, if we get this done successfully, getting back here before it gets dark?
Doing the exploration is one quarter days, no matter how it goes. But I might be wrong.
Yeah, you'll be leaving the site as it gets into evening.
Okay, so like
Oh,
the start of the next.
So I could do the thing I want to do in the evening by just going directly there instead of going back to the grotto. So I'll bring the axe with me. Anyway, a wood axe to go kill a plant seems like a good plan.
Okay. Alright.
The question is, do we leave a guard home?
We don't have to because we're not storing anything here, right?
I mean, Kogan can stay behind to keep the fire going.
Yeah, I guess keeping the cave clear is worth something. Maybe he can get that fucking squirrel.
Maybe.
You want me to hunt squirrels?
No, the fellow we rescued.
I'll keep my eye open.
Make friends
If we
with
can-
it.
If we can keep it alive, then that would be probably better.
Odd.
It's always good to have friends.
It's a squirrel.
Everything has a place in the horror
Your
thing.
eyes about it.
Okay. And is Desislava going out wounded?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's vengeful.
This is all I want for vengeance. More than she wants her safety.
I want this vine dead.
She can fight with all of nature, like quills, vines, potato, everything.
Burn
I'm
to
going to
a
take a
death.
bit of this vine as a trophy. If there's anything left after we're done burning it.
All right. So you guys gather up your stuff and head out. I am going to need somebody to give me a lead the way roll,
I can do that.
and I'm going to need somebody to give me a scouting roll.
Who's their best scout?
I'm pretty good.
What's scouting? Oh, that's actual. I just have my wits of 4.
I got 6 total.
Pretty sure it's you.
Pretty sure you.
Nicely done.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, following Ryzen and Desi's directions, you head off kind of in a southwesterly direction. And after like an hour or two, you guys can see the stones amongst the trees. Just the way you left it.
I point out to where they came from.
And now that you know what you're looking for, as you kind of like get a little bit closer, kind of peek around the rubble, you guys can see that mass of vines writhing to the north.
Those ones.
There they are.
This place seems pretty broken up. Why are we trying to claim it?
We were just exploring it.
Well, they brought back a stone from here that has the name of a god on it. I don't remember that god exactly, but exploring that place a bit more might give us something useful that we can use. But before we can do that, we need to clear that cannibal potato thing that attacked in Desi. Am I getting all that right?
Killing the vines. Checking the words.
Most plants around here look the same to me. Before we get there, could you point out the problematic one?
I
She'll-
point to the massive vines that are writhing.
Huh. Okay.
They,
Just need to make
they
sure we
were,
don't set
and they
the
were
forest.
stealthy enough that they got around Desi's ankle without us noticing. At least one of them did, and then suddenly they just kind of came like a wave at us.
Chris,
Yep,
rocks are free, right?
they are.
I'm gonna pull a sling out of my bag. That cost me 2 will.
Okay.
Now I'm not weaponless.
The thing you're using is a sling. Isn't that an old eye patch? That looks like an old eye patch.
You make do with what you got.
What?
Just as a note, as you pull the sling out, you're like, oh shit, and you realize that you don't really have any place convenient to hang it. Essentially, you are slightly over encumbered now.
Oh, am I?
Yep.
Encumbrance is the thing.
What did we do with that barrel? I'm not carrying that barrel anymore, right? We left it back at the base.
Correct.
So I'll take the barrel off. And I won't bring as many rocks as I hoped.
We should get rid of
6
my
out of 6,
throwing
that's
knives.
all right?
Yep.
Alright, so I get 3 rocks, I can pick up more along the way.
Should get rid of my throwing knives since they're useless.
Broken?
One of them's broken. I know that.
One of them's broken, and the other one is over there with the plant someplace.
Right.
Oh.
So I'll get rid of the broken one.
Yeah.
Because we might be able to retrieve the other one.
Should we repairing a thing like that? Do we need a forge to do it?
You do.
Okay.
Chris, is that a monster?
It is.
Of course
Two
it is.
women.
And more importantly for you, it is not a living humanoid.
So if you set that thing on fire, try to not burn down the forest.
At least not while we're in it.
How far did that thing go from his bush? Does it move? Does it reach out?
Desi got hit when she was probably still 10 or 15 feet away from it.
Even my spear is not long enough for it to be safe to poke.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of those things that's a monster, so a lot of it will roll, depend on what I roll for a random attack.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to have any. It doesn't seem to have any great range, and it has no ranged attacks.
Festus, you want me to lend you my bow?
That's
Yeah,
that's
I'll use the bow and you take my axe.
Okay. There you go. So we switch the bow into axes. It's a wood axe.
Okay.
What kind of bow is it?
It's the longbow.
Longbow. And how many arrows do you get?
I have D8 arrow.
And there on gear, I'm gonna delete the timber axe, and you can add it to yours.
Yep.
Nice trade.
I want to go at some point, but right now it's better in your hand.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot this thing.
I would appreciate that.
We'll see if it can move. Right?
I'm gonna take out my my long spear.
Okay. I will get everybody to do initiative just because it might matter.
All right, and we can swap in this one. Ooh, wow. No need to swap, I guess.
We are now
Nope, seems pretty pretty good there.
Yeah, in the game we play, and I just picked up the talent, so I get to draw multiple initiative cards. It's really nice.
That's cool.
What?
What talent is that? How do I get it?
It is fast footwork, maybe.
It is.
And the value of that is pretty high because you
Now,
could trade
our
with
skier
another
will
player, right?
represent-
So,
Fast footwork is for dodge.
It's lightning fast. Choose the one you want to use. Shuffle the other one back into the deck before others draw their cards. Rank
You draw 2, you draw 3, you draw 4.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, it goes first. Nobody is within near range, so
The white whips around.
yeah. As you guys start to move into position, it's almost like it senses you, and it starts to vines start to whip out. Trustius.
Well, I'll try to shoot it
Okay.
because it's less stressful here. And no bonuses, no nothing.
No, that's
do I want to
Marcus.
push that?
Marcus.
No, I don't. No, 1 damage is fine.
Arrow sinks into it. Throok. So I completely forgot there should have been a -1 penalty because you're at short range.
Oh, should I be at
Hospital?
long range? Or?
No. Basically, long range means you can shoot out to long range, but the penalties are -1 at short range, -2 at long range, -4 at extreme range.
There's a talent to mitigate that.
So all optimal range is what?
Optimum range is near. Optimum range is same zone.
Oh, so same zone. Yeah, okay. I'm not going in there.
Okay.
No.
Ryzen, you're up.
I don't have a throwing weapon, so I'm not sure useful thing I can do right now. I mean, I got a regular. I don't see us on the board, or is there a token?
We're down at the bottom.
Oh, we're down there. Okay.
I figured you guys would have been smart and come at it from a different direction.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Unless I want to charge in there, Leroy.
Are we just going to throw a lantern at it?
Yeah, if we have a
throw
lantern.
at it.
Yeah. I'll hold my action for now. I don't know if anything else happens or comes up.
Okay. Okatai.
Well, I left my range weapon, and I'm not just gonna stand there, so I'm gonna move and I'm gonna stab it with my long spear.
Okay.
So I'm not getting in close range, I'm going to near.
Okay.
Probably not that wise, but you know, we're not gonna stand there and wait for Triscus to kill it with arrows. Come back.
I gave somebody some lamp oil last session.
Oh, I assume this is time I was gonna put that thing on fire, but time to stab. No, I cannot be ambidextrous with a long spear. It's a two-handed weapon, so I will not take the -2, please. Game.
Consider.
Honestly, I'm not gonna take a hit to my strength like right now, so it's gonna stay like that.
Okay. Desislava.
Yeah, I'm going in hacking and slashing.
Okay.
Leroy Jenkins.
So, fast action to change zones, and then another fast action to get within arm's reach of it. So you won't be able to attack or anything.
And I can't parry it, can I?
Depends on what it rolls for its attack.
Alright, I'm going to stay back just far enough that how far away was I the last time it attacked me?
You were
Farther back from...
about there.
Okay. So I know it can reach there. I will stay right where I am. Like up there by Okatai. And I will wait until next round to attack it.
Okay. And it puts you into a good position to defend him if you need to.
Theoretically.
Okay.
We both have a parry every round, so.
Coldy.
I think I'm just gonna watch for right now.
Okay. It's kind of poking up, going, huh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay out of its range and examine what's going on. I'm not a fighter here.
Okay.
If there's a survival roll, if I can see weaknesses or anything like that while I'm looking at it, that'd be cool.
Okay. Does have a range of near. It apparently has a taste for Desislava.
D2.
Because I'm very good.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't?
Anyone.
TPK against a vine.
Right. So
Can I
That
defend
Anita, that's still
Why?
not quite character death ever.
you can parry or dodge.
I would like to parry.
Okay.
Or try.
All right. So you manage to get your shield up just in time. Feel that solid thunk as it connects, but you push it aside. Trustius.
Shoot it with an arrow.
Okay. And don't forget to roll your resource die for your arrows after each shot.
Oh, it's each shot? Okay.
It's each
Wait.
shot.
I haven't done this before. But,
Yep.
Yeah, terrible. I did.
That's why I go through so many arrows.
I'm gonna
We're
do
good.
tonight.
In
Cast
combat, longbow. I could push that
On
one.
vacation.
Take the damage.
Okay. So another arrow sinks into it. This time though, you kind of catch your arm. You get like that string slap.
I've done
For
that.
that.
I have done that so many times. But another arrow sinks into it.
And I need to roll arrows, right?
We're not.
You do.
Lost an arrow.
Ryzen, you're up. Oh, you're up there, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Sorry, I thought I heard Desi. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I see everybody else has moved up, so I guess I will foolishly move up.
Okay. Would you like to draw out your club while you do so?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. Okatai.
I'm gonna try to stab it again.
Okay.
Is there a fast action I can use to make it worse for it?
No.
Okay.
If your weapon is listed as being heavy, you can use a fast action to increase the damage, but
Okay. That's what I was thinking about. But I need my weapon to be heavy for that. Okay, good. Good
Yep.
to know. Um, that's fine.
so yeah, you kind of step forward. You see, and you can see now there is like this kind of center mass that is apparently one creature. It's not all individual vines.
Okay.
And you like find a spot and you kind of jab it. It reels back a little bit.
there is something to aim for.
Desi.
I'm going to get up to it and try to slash it.
Okay.
Ooh. Shocked.
Right? It's amazing.
So I will point out, because you can decide whether or not your pride applies to this, but if you fail a skill roll and you think your pride applies, you can activate your pride.
At this point, I really do. This vine and I are between the vine and the squirrel. I'm just
So you can on your bio tab just click the button up where it says pride.
hey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think your pride dice goes up to a total of 4 successes, maybe. All right, so that's going to be 3 damage. The downside is if you fail your pride roll, you have to get rid of your pride and play a game without a pride, and then choose a new one.
No. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh. Tell you, this vine and I.
But the advantage of the sword is it has a base damage of 2, right? So. All right, Caldi, your friends are apparently engaging in melee with this thing.
I guess I'll use the sling.
Okay. So, quick sling, there is a -1 penalty for the range, unless you move forward 1.
And can it reach me if I move forward one?
Yes.
Then I'm not moving forward one.
That's right. Me and you, bro.
I still had a bow, I'd be there with you.
After this combat, I want to figure out how much it's going to cost me to move marksmanship from 0 to 1. But let's do this. I assume that's what I'm rolling right now.
Yep.
There you go. At -1.
At -1.
I'm not going to hit. What the hell? I'll push it. Hey!
So yeah, you let fly with the rock, and at the last minute you kind of like course correct so you don't hit Okatai, and you do manage to hit it, but it doesn't seem to hit it with any great force. Oh, the assassin.
This is when bad stuff happens.
So Desi is the only one in arm's reach, so it is going to slam into you with a bunch of vines.
Parry time.
Desi should take better care of herself. She's my bodyguard.
I would like to try to parry that.
Okay.
She doesn't have to take better care of herself. She just has to make sure she takes a few hits.
Okay. Okay. So again, you managed to get your shield up. You're like, I've seen this before. Haha. Trustius.
Arrow time. I would like to say that I'm not using magic to activate my pride, but none of my magic works on it, so I don't think that counts. Can I push again? Do I dare?
All right.
do like willpower. Sure. Oh God,
Oh, that's not good.
that was a bad idea.
It's not good at all.
So yeah, as you let that go, there is a like a creaking in the bow, and like something snaps, and you feel the reverberation kind of down your arm.
I didn't say that you could borrow my dice.
When you hear the creaking, Okatai is gonna look behind his back and squint his eye. You hear his bone crack.
I have literally shot myself in the back with an arrow. That's kind of what just happened.
Staying married.
All right, Ryzen.
It means like in real life, guys.
Like IRL, yeah.
Yeesh.
There's a lot of talent.
I've left big welts on my arm, but I've never managed to hit myself with an arrow.
I'm gonna try and stab a vine.
Okay. So when you click on your club, there should be a check box for your hammer fighter. Just check the box, and that way it'll add the bonus in for it.
Sorry?
So when you click for your hammer under combat,
Club.
your club, there will be
Yep.
a checkbox for hammer fighter. So just click that, and it'll add in the bonus for your talent.
Oh, when I click on the item itself?
Yep. When you under combat.
Oh, I see. Active.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I see it. Thank you. That's no successes. I'll push.
Okay. Oh.
It's good and bad.
More damage on it. So you bring that bone around and smash into it, and it kind of squooshes a little bit. You guys can tell this thing is fairly badly hurt now. There's like sap pouring out of it. It's writhing around like blindly, obviously, but it is definitely seeming to react very violently. Okatai.
Hmm. Seems to be able to die, so I'm gonna try to skewer the main body again.
Okay.
Activating your pride is only if you fail.
Only if you fail.
Okay, good.
Desislava.
I'm gonna try to take a swing at it again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow.
All right. With that, you slice a sizable chunk off of it. It is still writhing around, but you've essentially like cut it in half. Cody, you're up.
What do I do? What do I do? I'll take another shot at it. Just see what happens.
Okay.
Still -1.
Yep. Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
It means you got -1 successes because you don't have the skill and there's a penalty.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not pushing it.
All right. Give me another marksmanship roll.
Any negatives?
Nope. Okay. No worries. A rock goes sailing by Desislava's head, but does not connect.
Oh god!
Hey now.
Zing.
Guys,
Wrong way.
Oh, no successes. So
That was
yes,
a lot of dice.
this is the thing with monsters. Monsters, their strength represents like their raw power and their hit points, but it doesn't affect their attacks. So damaging it doesn't make them weaker.
That was 9 dice.
Uh huh.
uh-huh.
I think there was one thing that we faced that had 15 dice, maybe.
Jeez.
Oh, it gets worse. Okay.
It's a frightening dice.
It gets worse.
To be fair, though, I mean my character rolls 13 dice on a bow attack, so that'll take us to Trustius.
Speaking of Botex, do I want to do a bow attack?
Don't shoot me in the back. Please.
So pride only happens if you completely miss, right?
Yeah, if you fail the skill, you're like, no, I'm better than that.
But again, my magic can't affect it, so it doesn't matter. So I will just shoot it again.
Okay.
Go through more arrows.
Yep.
This roll is getting really bad. I am not going to push anymore.
Okay. Resin, you're up.
All right, I will stabby again.
Okay.
Or clubby, as the case may be. Womp. Yeah, I'll push it. Why not?
Okay.
Womp womp.
Okatai.
All right, big guy. Hit.
Oh, that one, it's so covered in goop and sap now that your spear just like hits and then glances off. Desislava.
I'm taking another hacking slash at it.
Curse.
Just realized I was muted. Just realized I was muted and you couldn't hear any of that. All right.
Sorry, you were starting to say something, Chris?
Just gonna double check something on. You have a long sword, right?
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of faith that Desi's going to roll really, really good.
Really? You're on beer number 4?
Well, the thing with faith, you can believe in anything you want.
We'll say that. Yes, we'll say it's beer number 4. But
Sure. Because that's what it would take for someone to believe that I'm going to roll well on this die.
So you do have the option. Your longsword is heavy, so you can swing it, which means you use your fast action to swing, and then if you connect, you do 1 extra level of damage.
I will swing.
Okay.
And now you have a
Curse
free
the entire
parry every round, so
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
You can now
figuring.
see. Now swing.
So I put what? One in the modifier?
Nope. We'll just add 1 damage onto.
Oh, if. Okay.
How?
Of course. All right. I've already learned my lesson today about pushing.
Oh,
Well, willpower's so useful.
you would get to roll all 7 dice again.
I mean, this would be a really good push.
I like willpower.
Okay, okay.
There you go.
Oh,
So 3 damage total. Right. Desi, since this plant has been your nemesis, how would you like to do this?
Hey!
taking my sword.
Hey.
I'm cursing the entire time. I'm like doing almost like a baseball bat swing with my sword through the plant as close to the ground as I can, and then flipping the sword up and driving it straight down through the middle of it.
Sap splatters everywhere, but the plant lays still. And as a matter of fact, when you cut into like the middle of it, it's almost like you rupture like a blood sac or something, and there's like sap and blood mixed together.
That's probably
That's pure
mine.
blood.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's yours.
And for gosh sakes, watch your language.
And she'll just kind of scream down at it. Ah, fucker, die! And then
Man, I
kick
do not want to be that squirrel when she finally catches.
Speaking of, as you're kind of looking around,
I wonder if this
Sorry?
is somebody's familiar.
Oh, Jesus.
it's just watching you from one of the trees.
I'll point up at it. You're next.
You don't have
Character is
to.
not where
hurt
the
the-
player is.
It scampers off back into the tree.
I wonder if it's a familiar or a scout for somebody.
I don't care. It got into my pack.
I forget, does this game have the equivalent of a druid? It does, doesn't
Yeah, Okatai is a druid.
You might be fine with it getting into my pack, but if it gets into his pack, and she'll point at Culty, that's a bad thing, and that's gonna fuck all of us.
I'm gonna make friends with it.
Shake my head and walk away.
Can you point me to me where you found the symbols?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And
Yeah.
as Okatai is walking around, he's gonna poke different bush just in case there's more of that plant.
Okay.
It's right up here. Just gotta point to the wall where she took a piece of the rock.
Okay. So yeah, as Desi kind of shows you where she found it, there are other parts of the rock, and it looks like it might have been like carvings on the wall of the temple that have collapsed, and you find some more symbols, like almost like puzzle pieces, sort of thing.
Okay. You can try to assemble the pictures to get a better idea of what that place is.
Kind of, a lot of like figuring out like which puzzle goes where. It's like putting together a puzzle when you don't have the picture on the box.
Yeah.
So it'll take you some time to put it together. But you guys have the opportunity to kind of check through the ruins very carefully, making sure you don't disturb any more bushes that might be up for your blood or anything of that nature.
As I move around, I'm gonna poke bushes with my spear.
No more plants seem to be active or mobile, but you do find in the in the bushes near where that plant attacked from, you do find a couple of like long dead skeletons. There are tattered bits of very dried flesh still on the bones, but dead for ages.
Did we have anything that is still lying around?
Who has the best scouting?
That would be me,
Okay.
I think.
Out well, I tried to make puzzles. Look for loot, and I'll try to make the puzzle on the wall.
Yeah, I'm looting, so
Okay.
I am pushing.
Alright. Okatai is putting together these puzzle pieces. Caldy's kind of keeping his eye open for anything that looks like it might be valuable or lootable. What are the other three doing?
I was also going to look for stuff that could be lootable.
Okay.
I'm glaring around for any more plants or squirrels while I watch over Caldy.
Okay.
I imagine Tressius just like found a corner and he's cowering and keeping his eyes out as best he can.
Okay.
Kind of like over here, but he's for the most part just in shock again, as always.
Okay.
Oh, look, we found skeletons. That's a terrible thing. I don't want to.
But they got hands.
So as you guys kind of like look around, amongst the skeletal pieces in that bush, you do find a very nicely made hat that might maybe be worth some coin if you ever find anybody that you could trade it to.
Or just wear it. Nice hat.
Or you could just wear it. It is in fact a fine hat.
Ooh.
It is a light item worth 19 silver.
Oh, wow.
And okay, as you kind of put these things together, it does give you more of an overview regarding this long forgotten god. This Jakos. His epithet, like most gods have, so and so the whatever, so and so the whatever. He is referred to in this little kind of pictograph that you put together as the flayed one.
Oh. Okay. Played one. That looks great. Isn't that something that goes with the Rust guy?
It's possible.
Weren't there his followers like doing that to themselves?
His followers do like use flails and the like on their backs as penitence, kind of like that, like super, dedicated group of religious fanatics.
Yeah, that's the temple of this guy, and he's supposed to be the Slade one. I'm not sure I'm a big fan. Okay.
That's weird.
We know a bit more about it. No pathway on the ground or anything in those ruins.
Sorry, what was that?
I was asking the other if they found anything more to the ruins, like pathways or anything left underneath. Because it's foundation, there might have been like a room or something.
So as you guys continue to look around, a couple of things draw your attention. Basically, as you kind of start to explore this adventure site, in one of the corners of the ruined temple, there is what looks like a circular altar. It's cracked, and it is covered in dried blood. Like the fact, like, you know, as you kind of like look at it, kind of carefully scrape it out with a knife and so on and so forth. It's got probably about a good inch of dried blood on it.
Yeesh.
But what's perhaps slightly more disturbing is the fact that the upper layer is not all that old.
Ooh.
Was used recently-ish.
And the other thing that you discover as you're searching around is in what looks like an adjacent would have been an adjacent room to the altar room. There is a very ruined statue of some sort of demonic looking thing. The bits and pieces you can see make it look like a winged, multi-legged, horned creature. You find bits and pieces here and there. It looks like the chest is flayed open and hooked to the arms, like in some sort of weird Cenobite thing. Like the chest is flayed open and then working as like the patagia that flying squirrels have.
Oh, that's grim.
And it is, judging from the bits that you find, it looks like the skin flaps are attached to the arms by like hooks and rings. It's not like a natural thing. But putting that kind of out of your mind momentarily, it looks like the pedestal to the statue, it moves. It's the pedestal is still where the statue would have been when it was still standing, and the pedestal is movable, not like just sliding by brute force, but like a proper application of pressure causes it to pivot, like a trapdoor leading into something underneath. But as darkness starts to fall, realizing that you'll get back to your cave, well after dark. But knowing that there is more to these ruins than meet the eye, there is definitely like an undercroft of some nature should you choose to explore it.
All right.
But we will call game there.
All right, that was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Fucking vines and the squirrel.
And squirrels.
poor Anita. You had such a hard day.
And Desislava,
know,
on paper was almost a badass. And then she was handed to me, and I started rolling dice for her.
You ended up as a badass, though, right?
Considering your strength was down 2, you actually still had some really good rolls.
Yeah, I've taken 3 hits to my strength today.
You actually have like 2 kills on 2 major enemies from the start,
so far. One of them was a plant.
You just made an enemy with a potato and a squirrel, and you vanquished one of those too. At least.
All right. So XP. Did you participate in the game session?
Aye.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
despite my dice's best efforts, yes.
You were here.
Yeah.
Did you travel through at least one hex on the map you had not visited before?
I think so.
Yes.
You
Yep.
did. Did you discover a new adventure site?
Yes.
You did.
Ooh.
Oh, 3.
Did you defeat one or more monsters?
Yes.
You did.
Oh.
Did you find a treasure worth 1 gold or more?
Hat?
You did, because the hat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That really is a
Yeah.
fancy hat. That's a Goldie
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
We're at 5.
Did you build a function in your stronghold? No.
No, Kelly.
Did you activate your pride? Anita did.
I did.
Did you suffer from your dark secret?
No.
No.
Not yet. Did you risk your life for another PC?
I'd say so.
I did not.
Aggressively, no.
Aggressively, no, yeah.
I took
I
a bunch
went in
of
the
damage.
zone with the enemy even if it was not necessary, but I don't think it counts because
Ryzen-
I was going to do that anyway.
I think I did.
I think Ryzen did.
Yeah, I think Ryzen did.
Yep.
Given the fact that he is not built to take a hit. And did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind?
What's an extraordinary action?
I generally say if it's the sort of thing where like all the other players are like, oh my god, that was awesome.
No.
So it doesn't necessarily need to be combat. Like Trevor got that because he gave up the magnifying glass to get you guys outfitted. So I don't think so, but just keep in mind as we play, like if somebody does something that you think is really cool, make sure that, you know, vocalize it so we know. But that is like, I think 5 XP for everybody, and then 6 for Anita and 6 for Mark.
Yep.
Excellent. 5s, that's enough to give me that marksmanship, right?
It is, yes. And the key to marksmanship, when you're learning a skill, if you don't have a trainer, is you have to have successfully used the skill
I have.
during that session.
Oh. So can I spend it now?
You need to rest in order to spend XP, but
We ain't got no time for that.
but I will count it for these purposes.
All right. So mark it now or mark it when I get back?
Make note of it now, but don't put it on your character sheet yet.
All right. Perfect.
Like
Awesome.
just drop it under the there's like I think there's a notes tab.
Yep.
So I found out after 40 games, I found out that my character has like a intensity 9 poison that I've been carrying around for 38 sessions or so. that sucker's getting used.
I bet
Oh
there's
my
a time or two that
gosh.
would have been really handy.
Yes.
Oh, you're shitting me.
Nope.
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it on. Friends are groaning.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. All right. So we will see everybody next week. You guys can decide whether you want to go down and further explore the adventure site, or whether you want to head back to camp.
Perfect. And we'll
Cool.
see
Awesome.
some of you next, what?
Oh,
Saturday.
by the way,
Saturday.
Third
yeah,
game tomorrow.
No, tomorrow is a D&D game I play in.
All right.
Really? You play games?
I do. I play. I play 3, and I run 1, 2,
You cheat bastard.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I run 7 currently.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'd love to run. I might run this DC Heroes game sometime, but I don't know how it's going to fit in anybody's schedule.
I'm free
Did
Mondays
you
and
do
Tuesdays.
Star Trek twice?
I did count Star Trek twice.
Okay, good.
right.
Just a question of scheduling though, or would you rather me write just write that on the course?
Perfect. All right. So yes, we will see everybody next week.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you
Alright.
next time.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah.